guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, Cheryl, Brandy, there are many stereotypes out there about men, of course, and many of them have at least a little bit of truth. I mean, take today's show, for instance, right? You can see we don't want to be in charge of planning our own wedding. We do like sports, but we kind of don't like going to the doctor, right?
Oh, all right. Well, Quincy, we're going to try and change your mind on that last point because we have a doctor here with us today who specializes in some very sensitive parts, but also seems like a heck of a lot of fun. Please welcome Dr. Fenwa Milhouse. And thank you so much for joining us, Doc. We're so excited to talk to you today.
Thank you, ladies. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm excited to talk about this and get men to change their minds about going to.
All right. So let's start. You are a urologist. So what is all involved in urology?
Urology is a surgical specialty. We deal with the urinary system, so the parts of the body that urine bypasses through, and we also treat the male reproductive system. We have many different subspecialties within urology, and once really thought of as for men by men, we treat all people or persons, because anybody who makes urine might need to see a urologist. And we also deal with specific diseases that affect vulva owners or women.
Wow, I'm glad that you said that, because you're right. A lot of people think if they have an issue down there, they go to their OBGYN. And it's embarrassing when we have issues down there because it's hard to talk about, not to mention show it to the doctor. So that's why people tend to skip these visits and they don't want to go. So what is your message to those who have issues or are embarrassed about getting checked?
Yeah, my message is to, number one, to understand that you're going through something that probably tons of other people are also going through, but everybody's just quiet. Everybody's trying to keep it to themselves. Everybody's, holding it in. So you are not alone. A lot of these down there issues are quite common. Number two, please know that a lot of these down there issues, we have potential solutions for you. There are options. I think a lot of the narrative, or assumption, I should say, is that, well, there's nothing that can be done. This is just a normal part of, being a man, or normal part of being a woman, or normal part of getting older, having babies. And it's not normal. It's common, but common doesn't equal normal. And we have options to help you. And so why live that way when you can live a better, fuller life?
Great advice. All right. You've been sharing some of that advice on social media. You have a huge following. So I'm curious to hear, what made you start engaging with folks on that platform?
Well, because there's a dearth of information regarding urology and what we do. There's a decent amount of misinformation, so the wrong information. If you turn to Dr. Google and ask them about something down there, oftentimes it's, might be misinformed. So I love what I do. I love being a urologist. I love talking about the nether regions and the private areas and pee. And so I wanted to share with the world and educate and bring humor to it, because I think infusing humor in these problems allows people to not feel so embarrassed, allows people to open up and feel more comfortable talking about it. And I usually use myself in the humor, The other thing is I wanted to show representation within medicine. I think it's really important that the world sees that, a urologist that looks like me. When you think of urology, you don't exactly think of a young Black woman with locks and a nose ring, but here I am to show diversity within the medical field and to inspire diversity within our medical field.
You're amazing. And I love what you're doing. And on social media too, you're getting that following and you're getting people to open up and actually learn. Why do you think so many people are drawn to social media in particular for healthcare advice? I mean, because we can Google it, but why are people going to social?
We use social in our lives. I mean, I'm on social. I use YouTube to teach me how to do things around the house. Okay. That's the use of social media. I like to communicate with friends on Instagram. I like to look at funny videos on TikTok. I'll even find, where's the best restaurant around Chicago? I can find that on TikTok now. So we're using social media in our lives in multiple facets. Why wouldn't people flock to social media to use it to get health questions answered? And there are more and more of us professionals in social media that are, understanding that the value that we're providing by showing and teaching the public what we do, things and tips, and talk about the diseases that we treat.
And meanwhile, TV is still kind of, the golden standard. People are turning to that. They love their favorite shows. And now you have this brand new, widely popular show on TLC, Doctor Down Below.
Yes.
I know, I love it. You've kind of touched on this, but why was it so important to bring this topic to even more people?
Mm-hmm.
Because no one knows about it and no one talks about it. No one talks about this, the waist below nether regions. And it's comes with a lot of like stigma, with shame and guilt in some. You see that on the pilot episode with some of the individuals that I was fortunate enough to treat and help. And I think it's important to highlight this and to humanize these conditions, destigmatize, demystify these conditions. It has absolutely, without a doubt, started conversations at home, started conversations with people seeking medical treatment. I know in my own practice here in Chicago, Down There Urology, I'm seeing flocks of patients who say, I saw your show and I decided, you know what, I don't want to deal with what's down there anymore. I'm not ashamed about it. Here, can you help me?
Yes, because everybody has a down there. So I don't know why we're all so embarrassed to talk about it. And it's great that you're doing this show. And obviously it's popular. Were you surprised that it got so popular so quickly?
I kind of was. I mean, I love what I do.
Yeah.
I know that I think it's fun, but I didn't expect the country and even the world, because there's a British show and part of their show featured my show and they were, jabbing about it and and enjoying it. And I'm overwhelmed and excited about the reception. I'm so glad that people understand what really the heart of the show is. And really the heart of the show is to educate, demystify, destigmatize these things. So I'm very pleased. And again, surprisingly shocked at the outpouring and the positive reception.
Well, we can't wait to see it, have our viewers see it. Where can they find out more about the show and your practice?
Yeah, so right now it's just a pilot episode, but DVR it wherever you can get TLC or Discovery Plus, Doctor Down Below. Look forward to a season near you, and you can start to see more of me, learn from me right now. I'm on it all over Instagram at Dr. Milhouse. That's Milhouse with one L. If you hashtag your favorite urologist, that's me. I'm America's your favorite urologist. I'm on TikTok at your favorite urologist. And also my website, which is my practice, Down There Urology. You can see the website link, www.downthereurology.com.
You're a genius too, with everything you've done with that name. I mean, that alone is getting people's attention. So thank you so much. I'm going to follow you on Instagram right now.
Yay.
Appreciate it. All right, Brandy, that was so much fun. And speaking of fun, you just competed in the Mrs. Nebraska America pageant. We got to find out what happened, but stay tuned. We'll talk about it after the break.